Hey everybody, welcome to Late Night with Tania. I'm Tania Shipman from Simple Solutions Today and Business Automation 101. In the group today, pardon me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. I asked what you're using for your business. I put down PC, Mac, iPhone, Android phone, laptop, tablet. Currently, the laptops are winning. And one of the reasons I asked was A, so I could do this Facebook Live, but B, also to make you aware of how these things work. If you're going to use business automation with a tablet, a laptop, a PC or a Mac, there are different things that you can do or different ways that you have to do things in order to be able to use your software, your systems or your training. Now, if you're somebody who's older like I am, using a phone to read is a struggle. It means that it's hard for me to read instructions and look at things and understand what's happening. If you're using a laptop a lot, do you have a good Wi-Fi system? Does it connect for you? Does it run automations from your PC or does it run them from the background? If you're using a PC, do you have it on all the time? Are you using it, allowing it to, hi Gary, nice to see you join in. Are you using it with the power that it brings to you? Do you leave it on all night if it's something that needs to run on your PC? Or is it something that you can set up in the cloud, a SaaS product? And with Macs, I've got no idea, but I do know that there are a lot of problems for Mac users because things are made for PCs and then they have to find products that are made for a Mac. Vice versa, there are some absolutely fantastic products that I've heard about that are used on a Mac that are just not available to PC users. And a part of that is that, of course, they've built their business around exactly that. So what does all that mean got to do with business automation? Tania, what are you talking about? Let me grab a quick glass of water. I took a glass of water before I started the call, but I decided to choke as it went live. Murphy's Law, you've got to love it. Anyway, so using business automation, and hi Philip, nice to see you join in. Using business automation with what you've got means that you have to understand its limitations, its powers, and everything. Most of the automations that I use are run on third-party software. So it doesn't matter if my PC is turned on or off. If I'm at work, they will run. In fact, my mother once said to me, Tania, I saw you did a post on Facebook and, you might get in trouble because I work during the day, as many of you may know. My mother didn't realize they were all done via an automation. So even though it looked like I was posting live, I wasn't posting live at all. I was using a third-party automation. So also when you're setting up automations, if you're trying to do them on a phone, I know a friend of mine, Matt Rowe, is creating information about using his mobile phone for everything that he does. For his age group, it's a perfect thing for him, but some of the products that he used to use, he couldn't use because on a phone they wouldn't display properly. So he had to find alternatives. Being aware of what you're using allows you to be aware of what you can use. And that might sound like I'm sort of babbling. I was just reading Gary's a comment, and he's just talking about how Macs and PCs and how they're different. And again, that comes down to I can be talking about using a software program that he will have trouble running on his Mac. So he has to find alternatives. And as a business owner, I have to be aware of that. So I have to be looking for, if I have enough people who are interested in using Macs, that I know that they can either run the programs and be able to offer them an alternative, be able to run the programs by, there's something. I'm not a Mac user. I've never been a Mac user, but there's some functionality that allows you to use a lot of the PC programs. If Gary or Philip, who are both watching, and I know are Mac users, want to let me know what it is in the comments, I'd appreciate it. But if you're going to be using something like that, you'd have to know how to set it up and how to maintain it. Now, I I was only talking the other day about how I understand tech, but I often can't speak it. I read it rather than be able to speak it. For me, if I was using a Mac, I would probably have my VA be doing all of that sort of stuff, because I could probably do it, but why waste my time doing it when my VA would know how to set it up? Again, it's about using what you've got and then finding something that will work. I know there have been times where I've been asked, I've recommended a program that runs on PC perfectly, and I've been asked, is there a Mac alternative? Well, I Google and find the answer. Now, it might not be what the person is asking for, but at least gives them a starting point, and I always share the Google search that I put into the system. Again, it's what can you do with it? Now, if I have my tablet, though actually that's not a great example, because I also have a small US Bluetooth keyboard. Me speak English good today. I have a small Bluetooth keyboard that I use for my tablet. But if I was working on my tablet and I had to do a whole heap of moving things around and a lot of graphic work, I probably wouldn't use my tablet for that. So if I was somebody who worked on Fiverr, or if I created graphic packs, which I have done in the past, I wouldn't be creating them on my tablet unless I'd set it up properly for it. So using software, using systems, using the training that you've got depends on what you actually use, what your tools are. So if your tool is a phone and you want to do graphic work on it, some phones have got great graphic programs on them, but it might be hard to do really fine detail. Other people might find that they're perfect for what they need. Again, it always comes down to, what are you able to use? What have you got? What do you need? What is available to you in this system? What are your tools? Are you using a Mac? So me saying, I've got this great product, but it doesn't run on a Mac, does you no good if you're a Mac user. Vice versa, if you're telling me about this fantastic product that only is available on Macs, I need to know what the alternative is on PC. And that's what you need to be able to show your customers. Often I'll see products for sale and it will say, will only run on a PC. And talking to the developer later, there are big signs everywhere saying, will only run on a PC, and they'll get a heap of refund requests because people will buy them and then go, hey, it doesn't work on a Mac. And the developers often get really, really upset because they've done everything apart from standing on their heads to let people know that it won't run on a Mac, and they still get refund requests for it because it won't run on a Mac. I don't know what more you can do, but that just proves that so many people don't read sales copy. Using what you've got, being aware of its limitations, its strengths, its barriers, its weaknesses, its problems, means that you can really make what you've got work for you. And every time you get frustrated with it not being able to do what you want it to do, as I said, Matt was continually looking for programs that would provide the basics for what he wanted to do. So he kept looking and he kept testing. You may not have the time to do that, but that's where you use Business Automation 101 for. I want to use XYZ product. It's not available. It doesn't display properly on a tablet. Does anybody know how to do that? And it can be something as simple as, I have 2 monitors in my home and one of them's a smaller screen. And I kept getting frustrated because when I was watching a Facebook Live or a demonstration, I would often have it on my smaller screen while I kept working, because I'm a woman and I multitask and I don't care when people tell me that I can't. I do. But I couldn't do comments because it wouldn't display properly. So I Googled and found out that I don't have to have the same display size on both screens. I can actually differentiate them. I didn't know that. So I went looking. I finally got annoyed enough that I did the search, and now my screen displays comments and allows me to see more on the smaller screen because it's been made a smaller size. That was something that was annoying me. That was a tool that I have, 2 monitors, one larger, one smaller. Now I can watch my Facebook Lives and comment without having to drag it back to my big screen and back. Again, that's automation. That's being able to keep on working on one screen while you have something displaying on another screen. Philip showed me how to watch videos in a faster way. I now actually resent when I'm watching something that I can't speed up. I watch TV shows and I watch webinars and replays. I've actually gotten out of a webinar because the presenter was a slow speaker. And I thought, look, I'll watch it in the replay because I can then speed it up so that I'm not wasting the time just waiting for him to talk. Again, use what you've got. Be aware of your limitations as well as your tool's limitations. And start using them properly for what you've got. You want me to talk faster? And Gary, I'm going to laugh because I used to get in trouble because I was told I talk too fast. So I know you're just having a bit of a laugh with me, and I love when you guys do that and participate in this. And definitely for the month of March, for the rest of March, I'm going to be looking for people who want to join me in talking as a guest in these shows. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below as well so that I can invite you in. All of these Facebook Lives that I do for you are to try and help you with your business and show you how automation can help you. And there is always going to be times when it won't work for you. Philip and I are still trying to get his Facebook to WordPress working. I don't know why it doesn't for him. It does for me. Something weird and wonderful that some setting possibly on his WordPress site, some settings in IFTTT, I don't know, but it works for me, but it doesn't work for him. All of this means that you use what you've got. And I've done multiple videos about that. I've talked about it in the group and written posts. But knowing what you've got and how you can get the best value out of it, I use my phone, I use my tablet, I use my laptop, and I use my PC when it suits me for what I'm doing in my business. And be thinking of that when you're setting up your automations or when you're setting up your software and you're trying to make sure that it does the right thing for you. If it needs to be a large display or it's not mobile optimized or any of those sorts of things, you're going to be wasting time trying to make it work for you. Ask those questions beforehand. Ask people that you're buying software from, is this mobile responsive? Will it work okay on my laptop? Can I put it on my laptop and my PC? That's another thing that often happens with software. You can only install it on one product, one tool. So if you use your if you use your PC and your laptop a lot, well, then you've got to deactivate one from the other. So it's worthwhile asking those questions. As I said, there's the poll currently running in the group. If you haven't filled it in yet, please do so, because I actually thought that it would be a battle between Macs and PCs, and currently laptops are winning. So maybe I need to make it more precise and see if they're Mac laptops or Android laptops. I don't know. Let me know about what you think about that in the comments as well. But using business automation depends on what you're using, what tool you're using. So work out how to get the best value from your tool, and then ask the questions in the group, how can I get even better value from it? So if you've got any questions, ask them in the comments below. Thank you, everybody who has been joining in. I know that Gary, Philip, and have joined in today, so thank you very much for your comments and your participation in this. And anybody watching it afterwards, just ask the questions. Let me know, what are you using? What tool are you using for your business? Talk to you all in my next video. I'm Tania Shipman from Simple Solutions Today in Business Automation 101. See you next time. Bye.